What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. I'm here today with Copium 14. We are running the Pagani Huayra on Get High tonight. Nil picked the car and track choice this week, and it is a lovely pairing. Car's not cheap. You guys are looking at like 1.4 plus the build, so you're going to be into this for damn close to 200 or 2 mil, excuse me. And bar of entry is high, but if you sell all your previous Copium cars, you should be right there. This is going to be the last week for Copium before we take a break. Doesn't mean we're going away with it. It just means we're taking a break on it because we're going to be running the Copium tournament. And so all eyes will be focused on that. And so I would like all of you guys to participate this week if you can. Get plugged in. Get into the groove of Copium so that way when the tournament comes, you are ready. I will say less and show you the build and explain all the rules. Let's get it going. The rules this week for Copium are the same as always. You need to drive the Pagani Huayra, any build you want. I'll show you a good build here in a moment. On Get High tonight. That is the second or third track in the S-Class playlists. So grab the playlist and has it as second. You'll be good to go. And you'll be able to be a little warmed up after doing blue collar to get there. So it's not a bad way to go. Overall, the track's a little technical. It's got some off-road bits. It's got some RNG on the traffic. And it's a good flow. The Pagani is a very, very strong car. You guys are going to do solid with it. If you've not driven it or built it out, it's very, very good. So, Pagani, S-Class, Get High tonight, set your best time, submit that screenshot to me. You can submit that screenshot to me via Discord or via email. Send it right to my email at alexcornnut@gmail.com. Pretty straightforward. Same as my YouTube name, Kick, everything else. So just shoot it to me there, and we'll get you put in the results. At the end of the week, we do a big wrap-up of the results. I show everybody's positioning. I divide everybody into splits, so that way you're against like-skilled racers. Last week, we had a bunch of ties. We had people that were coming within 3/100ths of a second of each other. It was very, very close racing last week. And from the top time to the bottom time, 80 people were separated by about 14 seconds. And so that's really special. There's very few types of racing where you'll get that many people grouped up that close. So it was really sweet. We did have one outlier. He did a 10-minute time, so shout out to HB. That was pretty crazy. All right, let's dig in. Let me show you the build. Guys, plug in, get going this week. It's going to be tight. I have not done a build on this car in a long time, so we'll kind of do it a little closer to like what a typical build video would be. So for the styling portion, there's a bit you can do with it. A couple of body kits you can grab, but you can't do wide fenders. So I'm going to give this one a 1 out of 3. There is some customization you can do, but you can't get too crazy with it. There is a handful of spoilers and exhaust, so you can kind of customize it, make it look sweet. I do like those mirrors. Those are only found on this car. Those are the stock ones. For the performance portion for Copium, guys, I bought all the engines this week. Again, even though I did it for the base build video, I want to just refresh everybody. So I've gone through, I've got them all, as you can see. Here's the deal. There's some that have a little more torque, but when you look over, they've got a lesser top speed. And so it's really not having, in that case, it's got 1 more foot-pound of torque, but it's like missing around 60 horsepower. That one, about 50 pounds more torque, missing about 80 foot or horsepower. So you're trading horsepower for torque in a lot of these cases, and really you want to be chasing that horsepower to help you get just on the top end of things. We go through the top speeds. All of these are lower than the engine I'm about to bring to you. The only one that's got a little higher top speed is this one that does 199, but it's got 752 on the horsepower instead of 933, and so that is not worth it. So when it's all said and done, you guys, I'm going to recommend the 3.6 liter V6. Now for the parts, the first part here, I have it currently equipped as Elite because I was toying with it, but you really would need to do Super Gold to make it all fit. So you'll do Super Gold Induction, and then it's Elite Platinum ECU, Elite Platinum Fuel System, Elite Platinum Exhaust. You pair that with an Elite Platinum Centrifugal Supercharger. The reason we do the Sentry is because it does give us the highest top end. If you throw in any of these other parts, it takes it out of the class, meaning you have to take more horsepower out, and it brings that top speed down even more. So Sentry's going to work. The car still feels very, very good with it. No problems there. Guys, you can equip a Silver Pro bottle of nitrous because we do have some extra points to play with in this build. You're going to equip Elite Platinum Road Suspension, Silver Pro Brakes, and Elite Platinum Grip Tires for my setup. You can do the roads if you want, whatever you feel, you guys. I'm thinking the grippers are where I'm going to be this week. Sport Bronze Clutch, and you are also going to do the Sport Bronze 5-speed transmission. By adding any of the other transmissions, takes us well into the S Plus range, so make sure you got that 5-speed in there this week, you guys. Your differential, you need at least a Sport Bronze diff. I mean, you can get away with no diff and still slide it all the way 100%, but I'm always about, like, at least putting something in there. So go with what you feel. If you want to get bougie, throw in that 20 grand Elite diff. You know, we out here sending it, right? Auxiliary nitrous drift, nitrous grip. That way you can do those micro drifts. There's a lot of places to do that on that track, so make sure you got those set up. For the handling, slide that slider. Do 95% grip. If you do gold induction with silver nitrous, 95% grip will get you right there to S329. You can go less, but 100% won't fit with full downforce. So 95% grip. Steering sensitivity, I run 2, 3 clicks high. It's up to you. 2 clicks in this case for this car. It's perfect. Downforce for me, all the way high. If you go anywhere other than all the way high, it does not fit in the class. So make sure you've got it run all the way to the right. Traction control is off, and drift entry, we are running brake tap. That's going to give you the Pagani Huayra BC 2017 329 build. 191 for the top speed. It'll do about 195, 197 with some redline tech. On this track, you probably won't get up to speed that much, at least not the top speed that often, so no worries there, just the last straightaway pretty much. 914 for your horsepower and 710 for your torque. Pretty sturdy build. This gets it done. I will say this track has got 2 or 3 off-road sections depending on how you cut your corners. I've seen some fast times come out of a guy that already did a full off-road setup on his Pagani because he was able to add more horsepower with it. So you guys might try that this week. We'll see what's good. So to sum Copium 14 up this week, grab your Pagani Huayra BC 2017, put it into S-Class, build it any way you want. Set a time on Get High Tonight, which is the second race in the S-Class playlist. Go ahead and do that. Grab a screenshot at the end of that race. If you're on a computer, just print screen, copy paste it, do whatever you do. Take a picture with your phone, send it to me on Discord, whatever works, or you can email it to me at alexcornnut@gmail.com. Once you've got your time submitted at the end of the week, I'll add up everybody's times, I'll put you all in a list, break you up into splits, and I'll do the big reveal on how we did. It doesn't matter if you're brand new to the game and have never participated before, we want you to play, or if you're a veteran that's super competitive, we expect you to show up too. This is for everybody from new to old, super elite to absolutely brand new players, and everybody in between. So if you want to get plugged in, this is a great way to do it, and it's going to start getting us really hyped up for the Copium tournament coming. Announcement will be later this week, and signups will also be later this week. I hope to see you guys all on track. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.